Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you out there, see how all of you are doing, and as always, I am going to check up on you and see if you were getting out, out in nature somewhere, either at a park or a bike trail or out on the hiking trails like Starlight loves. Out of all three, I would pick the hiking trails with some water, I love going to hiking trails with either waterfalls or oops, sorry, or streams of water or a lake, or even ponds. Starlight is always looking for hiking trails with water. It's just not the same if there's not water out there for me. It is funny because I am an earth sign, and it is something how I'm always wanting to be around water. So anyway, I really hope that you're doing great, and my day kind of is a little backwards today. So here I am in the afternoon doing a video. This is really odd. So anyway, I don't know, have you ever had one of those days where everything just goes backwards? Like you're just not doing anything in the order that you normally ever would do anything? Well, that's one of my days today. But anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can get in touch with me at Starlight on YouTube, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. And by liking these videos, it will help me so I can reach other people. So, and like I said in other videos, is that even if you don't really get the help that you're looking for in these videos, somebody else could get some help. There's always somebody out there that could use one of these videos that I've already made. So by sending them out and sharing them to other people will be able to see them. And also, besides sharing them with your friend, your family, or even your pet, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you all, the ones that that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I did check it out today. I still haven't figured out how to find all of you. It says I have 33 subscribers, and I am so grateful for all of you that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And whoopsie, sorry, is to all of you that liked my videos or even give me comments. I'm very thankful and grateful for all of you. And anyway, besides subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can also ring the notification bell or push the notification bell like I do. I don't even know how many subscribers I have on my YouTube. I do have lots of people, and it is difficult for me because I watch everything on my big flat screen TV, where I can't, I only can like stuff on there, and I can do the notification, but I can't leave messages or share them. So it's double work for me because I have to do everything on my on my laptop right here that I'm using right now as I record. That's how I share videos, or what else do I do? Or send messages, and on my phone, I can do almost everything, but I can't share because I don't have Facebook on my phone. So, it takes a lot for me because, now I'm trying to realize that when I watch videos that I can, send messages on my phone. So I'm just sharing this with you, is that maybe you're in a situation like I am, and I understand if you just, some people can't do things that they would like to do because I can't do things on my flat screen, but you can, like on your phone or on a laptop or computer, like I'm saying. So there's times I kind of forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I can actually, when I'm out, I can actually, times I watch videos when I'm out and about on my phone, and then it's easier for me to send messages that way. Or otherwise, I kind of forget doing some things, like, because then it means I have to, like, it's like a 3-step thing for me to just send messages to people and share their videos. So I understand, the stuff that can happen depending on how you are set up. And I'm sorry, I'm having today is my day to clean my hair. I don't clean my hair every day. They say, like, it's good to keep some of that oil, but today's my day to clean it. So anyway, also you can leave a message down below. That way, you could let me know what you think or say hello. Or you can also follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I really want to just jump. I am sorry, I'm just having I just straightened my hair, and I had it in a ponytail. I was going to leave it. But anyway, besides Starlight just having hair issues here, that is so fun to learn about the same words that they sound the same but spelled differently, hair and hair. So anyway, I just made and sent out a video about my tar. Let's do that again. Where my car got totaled by my spiritual awakening. And when I ended that video, I forgot there is a second part to that, because whoopsie. Some people do not like, especially women. They don't like when bras show up. Not this chick. So anyway, is I realized when I got done making that video about my car, not tar, getting totaled. It was a brand new, beautiful. I loved the brand new lease car. I only had it for a couple months. And I ended up having a car accident, which it got totaled by having a spiritual awakening on a Friday the 13th during Eclipse Day. So anyway, that was the spiritual awakening that I had, and I don't have the, well, no, I do have the date, July 13th of 2018. So I laugh about that because I was like, I got all these dates that I'm trying to remember. So anyway, I did record that video, and then I realized, oh my, I forgot a big part of that video, what happened after the car accident and after my car got totaled, and what happened after the effect, so if you didn't watch that video, it's so important to watch that video before you watch this video here, because then you're not going to know what happened then to know what I'm talking about now. So I don't want to replay the whole thing again to you. So anyway, you could watch that video. And like I did, I put part 1 on there, and probably people are wondering why did it say part 1 when it seemed like I ended it. But here's part 2 to my car got totaled during a spiritual awakening. And so anyway, after they sent me to the hospital, there was nothing wrong with me. I was just like really hot, and I was breathing heavy. So that's what was going on. I don't know really what was going on with me, what was causing my heart rate to go, why I felt like I was being pulled out of my body. I do not know. My doctors had some input, but I didn't agree with what they were saying. I don't even know if they know anything about spiritual awakenings or not. It is online. It's all over online. That's how I found out about me. How, about spiritual awakening, because I was trying to find out what the heck was going on with me, So anyway, after they did take me to the hospital, the lady trooper that was there that received the call is, I just wished, I said, no, I'm okay, but I didn't know how I was going to get back home. My car got totaled, You know, I didn't know how I was gonna, you know, like get back to my house. You know, I was really in my mind, emotionally and mentally, really messed up at that point, wondering what the heck, you know, the last so many days, and then a car accident in my car, and then, you know, the stress of thinking how I'm going to make an income, how am I going to go to work, you know, I had my own cleaning business, you know, I have to have my car, you know, but anyway, I don't know why I do this stuff, but I did, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, it's like it already happened, there's nothing that you can do about it, you know, but I was, you know, after the after effect, it was bothering me so much. I'm like, why did I open my big mouth? But the trooper asked me if I needed to go to the hospital, and I just agreed with it. I don't know why. And, you know, like, it is so weird is once you, like, they put me in a hospital years ago before this, you know, like, about a suicide attempt, which I was on medication that was causing me to feel that way. So it's kind of crazy. And number one, why is a doctor giving me medication that could cause me to want to harm myself if, you know, if I have a suicide background? Ding! Anybody got an answer for me? Money? Yeah, that's what I thought. So anyway, you know, so they put me in the hospital, and when they put me in the hospital, they put me in the psych hospital. That means people with mental illnesses or some kind of mental problems. I always get the names of these places mixed up. Normally, they're always on the third floor. You know, I don't know what the number 3, why they put me, you know, like, why is it, you know, like, number third floor. But I believe I was in Albany Med when this happened. And so they brought me to the hospital. And or they might have took me somewhere else because I was so afraid of hospitals, going through so much abuse and neglect and all this stuff in hospitals that it became a nightmare to me to even think of the word hospital. You know, so there's some triggers that Starlight has: church, family, hospitals. Those are triggers for Starlight. You might have your own, you know, doctors. So please, you know, like, I got all kinds of triggers here. So anyway, so here I am, locked up again into a psych hospital, and there was a lot of people in there when I went in there, you know, like different types of people going through different problems and stuff. And of course, you know, I didn't know they were going to send me to this hospital. I thought, you know, they were just going to send me to a hospital. This is, you know, like, this is like the third time I didn't know where they were sending me, or actually a lot of times I didn't know where they were sending me. And then, you know, like, when you're locked up, you feel like you're back in the Matrix, locked up again. It's like, how did I get back here again? I thought I got out. So it's like a horrible nightmare, like a dream. And anyway, anytime they put me in a hospital, no matter what, you know, here it was a car accident, you know, and they didn't know the cause of the car accident, but they did have a witness that did see me unconscious in the car as he was on the thruway, you know. So in the hospital, I was in there. I might have to run and get my piece of paper. So yeah, they locked me up for the full 15 days for this, because this is a serious problem, you know, like having a car accident, you know, and I believe I might have been on medication. I'm not sure at this year if I was on any kind of medication. Maybe not. Maybe I did wean off because Starlight was sneaky. Yeah, I think I was clear of medications at this point. So when I did get into the hospital, the thing why I needed to bring this up is because I almost lost my license, my driver's license, because of this. You know, I was scared at the time of, you know, like what they were going to do with me. And I really wasn't thinking a whole lot about that at the time when I was in the hospital, but until I got out of the hospital. But before I get to that part is when I was in the hospital, I did go through some stuff that it was for, you know, there was a man that needed 24/7 watch, like he could not be left alone because of his problems that he was going through in his mind and stuff. And he was the type of guy that loved communicating with people, and I really liked the guy, and I like everybody, I'm always being friends with, like all kinds of characters. I'm not picky, really. They could be a dirty person, a person that's rich, a person that's poor, a person that's struggling. I always try to, be friendly to everyone. So anyway, I would write letters back and forth to this guy. He really loved me. He thought I was beautiful. And he wasn't allowed to hug. And I was kind of upset in the hospital when I heard this, that, you can't hug each other in here. I'm all about love, and I love hugs and all that. And anyway, in the hospital when I was locked up, where we couldn't go actually in this hospital outside, it was all fenced up where you couldn't escape. Well, actually, I say that, but somebody did escape in this hospital during this visit. But anyway, this hospital where I was didn't have a lot for you to do. You were lucky to, I think I had a friend that actually brought me crayons. They didn't really have anything for you to do, and I like being active, so it was very hard being in the hospitals. And if you've been in a hospital like where I am, where I was, like if you're an active person, you got to be doing something, like a lot, all the time kind of thing. Then where I am, like where I am, what I'm talking about. I'm not a person that can sit and watch TV 24/7. Absolutely not. I got a lot of energy and I want to use it. So anyway, this man throughout the whole time in the 15 days, is a long time. I was worried about my work. I had to call up I didn't even know who I had, like on my schedule for who I had to clean for, because I don't have my schedule with me. So really, I lost a lot of clients because of being locked in the hospital so many times throughout the years, from 2016 all the way to 22. This has been going on, I don't know how many times I've been locked up, like maybe about 6 different times, different reasons throughout this time. So yeah, I've lost a big amount of people for my cleaning business. And so anyway, as I was there trying to, deal with the time, and I really wanted to get out of the hospital, and but because it was a car accident, and they make a lot of money. And it was a really bad doctor that was in there that, was making money off of my insurance, where, my insurance was paying for me to stay in there, for the doctors and all this stuff. It's they're studying everything about me. They know so much about STARLIGHT now, where they will act like they're all out for your interest, making sure you're safe and stuff like that. But there's crooked doctors that are all over. Not that all of them are crooked, but there are crooked doctors out there that will try to get you on medications that you don't need, or try to lock you up in a hospital when you shouldn't even be in there in the first place. So I did have a crooked doctor in this hospital. This is not the first time, he wanted me to tell him what happened, like what caused the car accident, and he twisted my words, like he didn't hear the whole story. He was trying to say things that were not, true and accurate, and, so he tried to, he did actually put me on, like they make you feel like you have to take a medication in order to get out, because if you don't play by the rules, then they can hold you in there for 15 days. And then at that point, you would have to go to court and then prove that you're able to get out or not. So, the more you're in there, the more you understand, I want to get the heck out of here. Please get me out of this hospital. Because I'm losing money every day that I'm in there. I'm losing my money to pay my bills. So anyway, while I was in there, I try to stay busy, try to stay active, but this is one of the worst buildings. It's Building J. You'd never want to go in Albany Med in Building J. It's the worst psych hospital that you can actually, this is where the worst ones, they seem to put the ones with the more problems. It's like being locked in prison, really. So they say if you can survive that, you can survive anything. Like if you've been in jail or prison, if you can handle that, you can survive anything. If you've been in a psych hospital, if you've been there, you can survive anything. So Starlight's been in and out many times. And throughout this time, I did do paperwork before I went in the hospital. And that paperwork was to ask me, have I been raped at all in my life? Oh, yeah, definitely. More than I want to say. So, and then I did report to them that I did get raped around the same time, but a year before this time, before I went into this hospital. They go through a lot of stuff before you even get into the hospital. You have to go through a different hospital, CPHA, or I don't know, CPH something hospital, and then you got to go through two other hospitals before they put you into the psych hospital. So it takes a long time, where they might actually have you locked up in one place. You're locked up, and then you're on, especially in my case, they had me under suicide watch, so that means that they cannot leave me alone when they put me into a hospital, like you would go to normally. So they would always have somebody guarding my door, making sure I wasn't going to try to kill myself, because of my past. So with all that information, when I was in the hospital, you get to see a lot of messed up things. Some people are going through some, messed up stuff. They're going through, like there was a lady that was going through mana, I don't know what they call it, mania or something like that, where she just started acting weird, and you're like, whoa, what's going on with her, and mania, I think it's called mania, or somebody could be flipping out, and you don't even know what caused it. There was a guy, I always seem to, it's kind of weird. Sometimes you got to watch out what you wish for. You might end up getting it. I always wanted to get connected with this guy that always thought he was a robot. And boom, here I am in the hospital and got connected back with him again. It's so weird. So you do have to really be careful what you wish for, because it could happen not the way you think it's going to. I wanted to go in there and visit him later on, like not to actually get dropped off and left there in the hospital. But he really thought he was a robot. Really, I forgot what his name was, but we used to color pictures and I used to get close to him. So anyway, while I was in this hospital locked up for the 15 days, that guy that had 24/7 watch, the guy that would like to hug me, and I didn't agree with not hugging. They said it's for your safety, and it really clicked later on when I realized why. So anyway, because he was kind of I don't want to pick on people on the outward appearance, but like he wasn't beautiful on the outside, but that never matters to me on the outside of appearance of people. But it's not anybody that I would want to smooch up and kiss, kind of put it that way. And anyway, I was getting towels in a closet at the hospital to get ready for nighttime, to take my showers and get ready for the night, get all fresh and cleaned. And well, that particular man, without me knowing it, the staff was there, so I don't know why they didn't actually keep an eye on him. That's what they were supposed to do, and they were not supposed to let him get that close to me, but he actually, I was in the closet, so there was no way out. I was kind of trapped, and without me knowing, he came up and started licking my neck, and it really triggered something, and I didn't even, it freaked me right the heck out, really, when I was in that. I was just like, I didn't know he was there, and I felt it, and it just was like really gross, because I was not like physically attracted to him. He did have some issues and stuff, but later on that day, he triggered something in me because I've been raped more than once in my life. And so it did, it triggered me so much that I never had this happen though before, is I started freaking out in the hospital, and because of what he did, I felt trapped, and it had a lot to do with the rape that happened the year before around the same month. I was at a cleaning job and I was in a basement working, and I got raped in their basement and I had no way out. And that's I never reported it, which I should have. So it was a really devastating thing that happened at that point, where that triggered, um, something inside of me where I started getting hot and breathing heavy, and I cried like you would not believe. Like all the hell I've gone through in my life all just came right out of my body, like all at once, like. So, like any time that I've cried in the past, it's not a pretty picture, not at all. So people definitely noticed Starlight in the hospital, freaking out. And I had a hard time actually coming back to my senses, really, because he did trigger me. And so I had some of the patients that were in there, some of the nurses, and they even called like other nurses to come and assist me and help me out with my breathing. So because of that, they did get me back to get my breathing back, because I had a hard time. Some of the patients actually knew how to get me to breathe and slowly inhale and release. And they even had a bag, I think, for me to actually breathe in and, do that. And it took me some time, though, to get back to myself. So anyway, I don't want to go, it is hard to talk about these things, but it is a part of the story of what happened after is, so anyway, with that, I was a wreck because now I'm trapped in this hospital with this man that, triggered a rape thing with my mind, and now I feel like a victim in the hospital locked up with a raped, person. That's exactly how I felt. So, and then, I didn't know when I was going to get out, and my doctor gave me this medication. I didn't want to take it, but I took it. I would have done anything just to get the heck out of there. So I took this medication, and I was on it for so many days. But the last day, the day that it was the day that I would have to go to court, to see if I could get out or not, is that I was like, oh my, I got to get the heck out of here. I just had like this thing happen to me about with this guy trapping me in the closet, and now I feel trapped with a rape person, a person that rapes people. Not that this guy did any of that stuff, but he did trigger stuff now, and and it triggered so many other memories, of other things that happened in my life. So with that is the medication that the doctor gave me was not good. It was hit me so hard. I was like, what the heck? I don't think I can handle this. The medication was not good. You won't believe, I had a Price Chopper bag loaded of medications that they had given me from 2016 all the way to probably 2018 and past 2018, because I'm still on an injection, Abilify. Like they put me on 400. They really did. So yeah, I've had a lot of medications, but this was really kicked me in the butt. And I actually talked to one of the staff in there, and he knew that that day was my court date, and he was really a blessing, really in disguise, that he told me that you more or less better be quiet about how you feel right now, because if you mention anything about how you feel about the medication, you're not going to get out today or even tomorrow after the court date. They'll lock you up longer. And I was like, ooh, okay. So my body was going, it was horrible. You had no clue. Maybe some of you might know what that feels like, being on some medication that, like it's really killing you. It's not helping you. And so anyway, the court date was that day, and I was so nervous. I don't really like being like in a situation like that. So I did have a lawyer, a female lawyer, that did talk to me before the court date. And I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to bring up the rape thing that happened to me, and how I feel trapped in here, And the other thing is that, do I need to be in the hospital? I pretty much was the lawyer myself, really. I had the information to get my own butt out of there. But I did have a free lawyer, and I was going to use her anyway to be a voice for me, because at the point I had no voice. I was shooken up because of the rape incident. And because I'm kind of shy, really. You wouldn't know that by me making YouTube videos. I have a shy side. Starlight does. So anyway, as I asked the lawyer, like, hey, do I have to be in here to take this medication? Why am I in here? Can I take this medication home? Do I need to be watched, even though that medication was killing me at the point? I didn't feel good one bit at all. I felt like death. And so she took that information about the two different things that, and I did report what happened about the whole rape thing. I had to talk to my, the doctor that, gave me the medication. I told him, and I had to talk to somebody else. I had to make a report of this incident that did happen, and I had witnesses. They definitely knew I wasn't faking. There was a lady that was running around in that hospital, always accusing the staff of raping her. And here, I didn't go around telling anybody that I got raped. And here, I got triggered in a really bad way, and people definitely knew, I was the real deal. That girl that was running around trying to cause problems, she actually escaped during her court thing. She ended up running away at court and did actually get out of the building. So I wasn't like her. I was the real deal. I didn't make up stories. And where she was, so the whole all the patients in the hospital knew I definitely went through some stuff in my life. And so anyway, when I went to court, I was so nervous. I tried to look the best that I could with my hair and stuff, not having all my things that I normally would wear, my clothes and stuff like that. I might have had hospital clothes, and I was so nervous, because I really wanted to get out of this hospital and get back home. And so the judge was there, my doctor was there, and then there was I think another lawyer with my doctor. So it was really really intense scene right here. And then there was police officers in there watching the whole thing, standing and listening to everything being said. And my doctor pretty much made me look like a lunatic, even though, like I was going through a spiritual awakening. He actually was telling the doctor that I was a light worker, and that I, believe that God sent me here to help the world and to help people out. He tried to make me look as crazy. And it did definitely sound crazy, listen to him talk about it in front of the court. And he did put me on that medication, but he was getting more money out of me by being in the hospital, and making money on that medication that he was putting me on. And so my lawyer did speak up for me. And so they did have she actually researched this medication that I was on. Do I need to be supervised with this medication? So she already knew. She did her work as a lawyer to know, like, you're holding her, and the judge knows this doctor. He's been dealing with this doctor with so many other patients that the judge was a good judge. He was judging righteous. There's not all judges out there that do this, but he did. He heard both sides of the story. Like, he didn't care that I was thinking that I was here. I was here for God, and that I was trying to help people out. That didn't even bother him one bit at all. It was really, do I need to be in the whole point was, did I need to actually be in the hospital? Is there any reason why? It doesn't matter, like, how I got there. is there any reason why you're holding me in here? Is the problem, you know? So anyway, I got lucky. The doctor, not the doctor, but like I said, the doctor really, he said that I was trying to get to the 5D. And, well, that is kind of funny because I thought I was like going to heaven that day with the car accident. I really thought I was going to get the heck out of here. And I thought finally my prayers had been answered because I prayed for this for the longest time of getting off of planet Earth. And not realizing that God has a plan for me here. You know, God didn't, and I was devastated. I was really devastated thinking, oh great, you know, I didn't know it at the time, but it tore me apart. I really felt like God was punishing me. You know, I thought I was going to get free from being here. So it was really a horrible thing that happened. And on that kind of spiritual awakening, and I really didn't know that God had a bigger plan for me, and now I do, you know. So you know, like being a light worker, star seed and stuff like that, you know. So the judge actually said he actually found out that I didn't have to be in the hospital with, you know, being supervised with that medication, and I made that doctor look really bad by keeping me in there, knowing that he knew that I got triggered by that guy that, you know, that I would be trapped in the hospital with about a rape case, you know, and the evidence, everything was there. It was in my paperwork before I arrived. They wanted to know that information before I went to the hospital so they would know, you know, like if something like this happens, then they would know. You know, it was not right for the doctor to try to keep me there longer. I should have been out before the 15 days. When I got, you know, like triggered, I should have been released after that day. But they didn't. They just kept me in there. So, and that's why I wanted to really have a part 2 on this spiritual awakening. So it's information to help you out if you ever gone through any of this stuff, or what to look out for if you ever get locked in the hospital again, or if you've never been locked in the hospital, to stand up and, you know, like use your voice. And I couldn't use my voice. I was so really messed up with the medication that they put me under. And when I got home, I felt like death. I was like, I barely had any energy. I was lifeless. I didn't even know how, you know, like every day I didn't know how I was going to survive on that medication that that doctor put me on. And I ended up researching it online how to, it was capsules, I believe. And I was like, huh, I've never been on capsules before where they have the little balls in there, blue and white balls that were in there. And I believe the outside was blue and white. But I opened those babies up and I just kind of, you know, winged it. You know, I took a chance. Either I get off this medication on my own, you know, and take a chance of getting put back in the hospital. There was no way I was going to be able to go to work in this condition the way I was, being on that kind of medication. And not too long after, it was probably like a month or so after, I got a letter in the mail from Motor Vehicles. I'm not kidding you. They got a record of me being in a car accident. So, you know, I had to definitely see a psychiatrist and have a therapist, you know, and I ended up getting weaned off of that medication. They ended up putting me on Abilify for 400 milligrams by a doctor where I go to out in my area. And the name of the company is so weird. I'm like, what is that? You know, like, I can't tell you the name of the place where I go, but it is so weird. I'm like, where did you guys get that name from? It's odd. So anyway, so they gave me 400 milligram of Abilify, you know, where they would shoot it on my butt. I always had to go every month to get that injected in my butt, or on the top part of my butt, because they couldn't do it with my arm. And so I had to do reports with motor vehicles for years. And then finally I got weaned off, you know, like I think it was around the time that I completed completely got weaned off of it completely. Motor vehicles weren't sending me any more letters anymore. And so I was able to, like have my license. So that was really scary, all those months, and years of wondering, what was going to happen with my driver's license, if I was going to, that's my livelihood right there, is to be able to drive and have a car. So I'm so grateful that I didn't get my license taken away, and that's why I really needed to make this video here, because it is so important if anybody goes through this again, is I'm letting you know my experience, so that way you can watch out for these kind of things and know this information, so it will help you if you go through this ever in your life, especially when a car accident is involved. I would never want to hurt anybody on the road, and I am so grateful that nobody got injured or hurt. And I don't know if my car hit anybody else's car. I do not know. I was not even aware of any of that stuff. I never got any report saying that I did or anything happened. I just believe that my car, the brand new lease car that I only had for 2 months, got totaled. And the picture that I have on the thumbnail is not my car. I have it on my old computer, but my computer is so old, and it just keeps on shutting off, so I can't get the real picture off. But that car is about what my car did look like. It was the front end on the right-hand side. It smashed the whole front end in and part of the front because it hit the guardrail, and I don't know what else. It might have hit something else too. I'm not sure. So anyway, that is my part 2. And I just figured it's really important to mention that, because these, like, you do have to be careful the kind of hospitals, and you can also, if you don't like your hospital, to find out if you can get moved to a different hospital when it's better, because not all of them are good. And that Building J out here in my area is the worst one. They don't have anything for you to do, and they put the worst cases in there. So you don't ever feel safe in those places. Like somebody could hurt you in there. It's just like being in jail, locked up in prison. It's no joke. So anyway, that is my story for part 2, and I will have my other one from 2000, the last I got. That's going to be long, my 2022. So there's 2 of them that I had in 1 month. Those are 2 exciting ones. I can't wait to tell you those ones, but I won't have them right away. I'm going to give you a break on those a little bit, and then I'll have other videos in between. And I am so sorry that this is so long, but all that information is so important, and I try not to get off track and stuff like that. With this video, I know I do that at times, but I have a hard time staying focused on the one topic, without getting sidetracked here and there. So anyway, thank you for being so patient with me, and this is for people that might even have people, loved ones that has had some weird things and been locked up in the hospital, and trying to figure out how to help them out. So this is great for people like you. So anyway, or people that like learning about spiritual awakenings, different types of spiritual awakenings. So anyway, this is Starlight, and I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you learned something from this. And anyway, you can give this video a thumbs up. You can share it with a friend or family, or your pet, your dog, your kitty cat. And also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can ring the notification bell. You can leave a message down below. And if you want to follow me, you can at Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Digman Starlight. So anyway, I do love all of you, and I hope you enjoy. Anyway, this is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.